Going to the first world event at 6 years old and starting in the very first group and saying to him coming up, if we're in the last group, I feel like we're going to be okay. And we did. And he first real competition with all those kids and shooting that round and being in the last group on both days, that was when I knew that, hey, this kid actually is pretty good.
What is it like for you when your dad is crying after every amazing shot?
Why are you doing that? Because it's not like that big of a deal. First time Worlds, I was really happy, and he was over there for like 2 days crying by himself. I'm like, why are you doing that?
My son is a world champion, not Gainesville, Georgia champion. He is a world champion of all these kids that are here.
Tell me why you love golf more than any other sport.
It's really competitive.
Are you Daddy Caddy too?
I am. Okay. Until I get fired, I am. Yeah.
You meet a lot of friends on the course. What is it like being their friend but then also wanting to beat them?
So whenever we're not playing on the golf course, we always play around. When we get on the golf course, we pretty much just hate each other.
2020 and 2021 world champion. Tell me those emotions as the caddy, as mom, watching, like getting to that point, holding that trophy.
Go ahead, because I don't know if I can get through it. I'm already crying after one story.
2020 was amazing. I mean, that was amazing.
We had been in the final group as a 6-year-old. We had been in the final group as a 7-year-old, and just always have had that one hole that kept us from it. We were on 8. He hits it up real tight on 8 and makes a birdie. Jason Patrick is the dad. His son is Beck Patrick. As we're coming off the green, he goes, "Hey, I want you to kind of stay back a little bit and enjoy this." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Dude, Hudson is fixing to win Worlds." He goes, "He is 3 up." And at that point, I think I just, not as bad as I am right now, obviously, but just kind of lost it and it just sank in. I'm emotional anyway, and it just kind of hit me.
Got it down.
My son is a world champion. Not Gainesville, Georgia champion. He is a world champion of all these kids that are here.
I had been texting his coach all along, letting him know how everything was going. When it was over, I said, "I'm going to text Coach George," and he said, "No, Mom." He said, "I have to call him." He said, "I told him this week, when I win Worlds, I will call you."
Hey, Mr. George, I just won.
Oh, congratulations, Hudson.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir.
What did you shoot today?
37.
So that was 2020, and I was like, this is amazing, can't be topped. 21, we start preparing for that, obviously, immediately. And I told him all along, "You've done an amazing thing. This is great. Just know that it can't be done again."
To go a year forward and think that we're going to do that again, no way in God's green earth did I think, okay, we're going to win this thing again.
But he was like, "I can do this." And I'm like, "Okay, but if you don't, you're still a great golfer."
Hudson Justus.
Let's go, H. And he went out and shot a 72 the first day, and I said, "Hudson, if you want to win this, it's putting. You're hitting the ball really good, you're just not making any putts." And he went out there for an hour on that green with all those kids playing at Pinehurst, and that's when I knew that this kid wants to win and will do what it takes to do that at 9 years old, right? And he goes out and shoots 67, and we flip from being 3 down to 5 up. Hudson just managed his way around that golf course and found his way to the 18th hole with a shot in a bunker on a par 5 with everybody up there watching. And I just told him, I said, "Man, pretend you are at Chattahoochee Golf Course, our hometown, and this is a bunker shot you've been practicing, 1,000 times." And when he hits that bunker shot and it sticks to a foot, and I'm thinking, "Oh, just make par," and he makes a birdie, and we win by 2 or 3, and we're a world champion again. Words don't describe it.
Yes. Good job. Good job.
So he told his coach again, he said, "I'm going to call you when I win," and won again.
How did it feel winning Worlds, not once, but more than once?
It was really great because I've really been preparing for that because of watching the short game, and I was watching them do it, so I was really wanting to do it. So doing it by myself was really great.
My job now is to manage expectations about this year.
Now you're trying to manage expectations for a 10-year-old who has gotten to his goals way faster than you ever thought you'd be.
World champion, that's amazing. What do you do to prepare for that?
I go out to the golf course 4 to 5 times a week and play tournaments on the weekends. If I'm not there, I'm either sitting downstairs or getting like with my coach.
When did your son pick up a golf club for the first time?
I was actually pregnant with Layton, and that was Scott's way of getting out of the house. He would say, hey, I'll take Hudson and give you a little bit of time. My mom actually bought Hudson his first set of clubs for Easter one year, the U.S. Kids clubs, and he started then. Scott took him out. The cutest little picture one day of him actually playing in flip-flops.
He wanted to go every time, and actually the first round that I remember, I said if we make it 9 holes, then I feel like we've done our due diligence. I don't think we'll make 18. We not only made 18, but we actually went out and played another 9 because after lunch, he said, I want to go out and play again. So we played 9 more.
And how old was he at this point?
He was 3.
Do you have any superstitions, any pre-tournament rituals that you have to do?
Yes, if I'm in a tournament and I eat and I make a bogey on the next hole, I do not eat for the rest of like the round or something. And if I eat and I do good, I keep eating.
What is your favorite snack on the course to reward yourself, to keep eating?
Salami and cheese.
There's a lake on a par 5 that I would let him just tee it up right there and see if he could hit it over. And I remember again just seeing him hit it over that and onto the green, and the guys looking at me like, this guy's pretty good. I'm a former coach, so to say a guy's pretty good is, you hear that every day, so you just kind of go about your business. Getting to see him do what he does and love what he does has been pretty special.
Who is your favorite country star?
Luke Bryan.
And who is your favorite golfer?
Justin Thomas.
Hudson, what's up, man? It's Justin Thomas. Heard you are leading after round 1 of your tournament. It's awesome, man. I'm pulling for you. Keep your head down and stay patient. Go get it done, man. Good luck.
U.S. Kids did a documentary, it's still out on Netflix right now. It's a short game. When he and I were watching that, and I've never seen it before, and he starts quoting what is going on with it, like who's fixing to say what or what is fixing to happen. And I looked at him and I said, you've seen this before? And he's like, yes, sir, I want to do that. Okay, you want to do this? Well, we'll sign you up for a couple of tournaments. Because being around everybody at home, you hear that. He can hit a golf ball. He can get well, I mean, there's a bunch of kids that can hit a golf ball.
We were trying to get him lessons, trying to find a coach because that's what he wanted to do. One of the coaches at our club said, you know, I usually go for kids who are older, and he's really young. He was 4. And so we said, hey, if we bring him out there and let you see, you tell us, do you think he's ready? Do you think we should wait? And so at 4, we took him out there and let him hit, and George, our coach now, was like, absolutely, I will take him right now.
And it's a good thing Coach George Hunt took Hudson on, because Hudson's daddy caddy was a baseball guy, not a golf guy.
Was there any kind of disappointment, like, you know, sometimes the parents that played a certain sport want their child to play that sport?
That's a great question.
Well, Hudson did play baseball in his hometown of Gainesville, Georgia for a few years, until he sat his dad down for the talk.
And he looked at me and said, Dad, I love you and I like playing baseball, but I haven't been able to play golf. Okay, if you want to play that, then I'll do it. Baseball was done. I said, but if you're not going to play baseball, we have to have a team sport. You know, golf is an individual sport. Yes, you can play in a team concept, but you're still an individual playing someone else. So I just feel like the team sport piece of it just builds some character. So he plays basketball too.
Do you feel that him playing basketball and playing golf, that gives him kind of a more of a well-rounded approach?
Absolutely. He loves it.
Dawn's right. I mean, he's out. When golf's over, he's shooting on our basketball goal at home.
Anything with a ball.
Right.
Any activity with a golf ball spells success for Hudson. In addition to winning the U.S. Kids World Championship for the last 2 years as an 8-year-old and then a 9-year-old, Hudson also finished in first place in the Press Thornton Future Masters in the 10 and under division at the age of 9. Hudson had a great Christmas in 2020, winning the U.S. Kids Holiday Classic. In total, over the last year and a half, Hudson has collected more than 60 first place finishes on the Hurricane Tour.
The score of 73, 72, and 145 from Gainesville, Georgia, Hudson Justus.
The U.S. Kids Tour and the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour.
Mr. Hudson Justus.
And last July, Hudson was the only 9-year-old to finish in the top 10 in the 9 to 11-year-old division at the Summer Nationals for the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour.
The Junior Tour powered by Under Armour Worlds is coming up in July. How are you preparing for that?
I'm doing my lessons Tuesdays, and we do some putting stuff if the range is closed because it's really rainy right now. I'm just pretty much doing the same as if I was preparing for like Worlds or something.
What do you think makes the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour so special and sets it apart from the rest?
I think the people who run it, I mean, let's face it, we're not sitting in front of you, talking with you, interviewing with you, if it's not for Ray and those guys who started this program. The talent level, the things they do for kids, the passion they have for kids, the places they get to play. Ray Toronto, I probably met him 5 times, but I probably talked to him on the phone and text with him probably once every couple of 3 weeks. And it's always to ask about how your family is and how Hudson's doing, and we want to see you here, we want to see you there. There's not a price tag that you can ever put on that for the things that he's done for my son, not to mention everybody else's son or daughter.
The Netflix show he watches as a little kid, and he says, I want to do that. He does it. He accomplishes it. As parents now, managing expectations, what are your goals for your young golfer?
Chase your dreams, but just because you don't always come out number one does not mean that your game is not great.
Hudson wants to play on PGA Tour. I mean, that's what he wants to do. But for me, knowing the expectations, I guess that old ball coach who's always in the back of his mind saying, you know, you're talking about 1%. I think he can get a college education and play that level and anything after that, because I think his work ethic is there. Dawn's right. She is the dream chaser, and so I want him to always chase his dream. We're where we never thought we'd be at 10. So to think that he can't do it, don't ever underestimate that child.
What do you see for yourself? What are your dreams? Do you envision yourself on the PGA Tour one day?
Yes, I would really like to, if I do make it to the PGA Tour, play with Justin Thomas in the tournament and hopefully beat him.
His drive is something that I didn't instill, his mother didn't instill. It's God-given, it's something he wants to do. Sometimes that works out to his advantage, sometimes that worked out to his disadvantage, but the facts are is don't ever underestimate what Hudson Justus might do.
So proud of you. Freak stud, you hear me? So proud of you.